Hi, I want to talk to you today about not knowing your customer, the first of the 7 deadly sins of credit management. So why is it important to know your customer? A number of reasons really, and it's all to do with getting paid. By knowing who your customer are, where they reside, where their business premises are, their legal entity, their financial position, all these sorts of details, the more information we've got, the greater the likelihood of us getting paid on time, the lesser the risk of us not getting paid, of that payment being delayed, or worst case scenario, having to take them to court and having to write that debt off. So what do you need to know in terms of knowing your customer? The single biggest thing is, what is the correct legal entity? Is it a sole trader, a partnership, a limited liability company? Depending on the legal entity, it will determine what information you need to make good credit decisions when offering credit to your customer. It will also make a massive difference in the event of you having to go to court. It can cost you dear when you realise that a business you supplied on credit isn't the business you thought it was. Fail to get the correct information and you're unlikely to elicit any sympathy or resolution in a court of law. It could cost you dear indeed when you realise you've just lost your court fees and potentially also had to write off the invoice that was due. As a minimum, ensure you at least know who you're dealing with. The information is readily available, you just need to do a bit of due diligence around it. Whether that's you doing it all by yourself, whether it's using getting a credit report from professional firms like ourselves, or a combination of both. It will depend on the value of the invoice. You don't have to do it to everybody, but what you're going to realise is that any work that you do, if the value of that would potentially cause you financial hardship, worst case scenario, actually put you into liquidation, into insolvency. The investment in a credit report and doing good due diligence, the time involved in that, is absolutely minimal compared to the risk associated with it if things go wrong. Do your own research. Look on LinkedIn. If it's close by, go down and visit the trading premises. Make sure that the trading premises are actually in existence and that they actually work from there. Ring any numbers that you can find around the business. Get referrals from other businesses. You can check Companies House if it's a limited company. It's a free service, beta.companies house. Just go online and Google it. For anything that puts your business at risk, it's relatively easy to get a credit report, and a credit report will get you all these details, the correct legal entity, who they are. If you do it right, it will also tell you the residential address if it's a sole trader. It will pull information from Companies House. It might use a couple of different credit reference agencies to pull information on the business, the financials, their accounts, the trading history probably over the last 3 years, may include financial ratios if you want to go into that much detail, a list of the directors and associated companies. It's all just really good due diligence to protect your business and ensure that the work that you put a lot of hard effort and time into actually gets paid